Good evening, everyone. With some few technical difficulties, we are now live on the air with lap 4 in the X-Series finale here at Auto Club Speedway. We do apologise for the delay at the moment that we had, just some technical difficulties behind the scenes, but we are live now and we're 4 laps in out of 100 here for the finale. Now, if you look on the screen, you'll see our 4 playoff drivers, championship drivers: Ethan Winter, Josh Michelmore, Matt Danson and Dave Douglas. They've got it there, that are all highlighted on your screen, as you can see there. We've got a smaller field tonight of just under 19 cars. Smaller field for the finale, but doesn't mean the action's not going to be hot on track as we head into this race tonight. If you look at the track temperature, is 100 degrees Fahrenheit, 38 degrees. The wind's coming northeasterly at 11 miles an hour, and the conditions are partly cloudy with humidity at 23%. We are late in the afternoon here at Auto Club Speedway in California. As I get my screens set up here with all of the information that I need. As we see, we're going around the outside now. So Ethan Winter, he's out in front at the moment. He's the informed car at the moment. He comes off with some magnificent results early in the playoffs, winning 2 races in a row. We've got Matt Danson as well. He won a race last week at Nashville Fairgrounds on the short track there as well. And we've got Josh Michelmore. He's been showing some great form as well as Dave Douglas as well, our commentator from Thursday night for the Truck Series. And later on tonight we'll reveal the schedule as well for the season 2, which will be happening as well, which we're all getting excited about. If you've got any
we are getting
comments,
excited at the moment, my friend, for even went on a bit of pressure there from Josh McMore there, and Jaden Russell at the moment, 4 positions up there for the 26 machine. Don't forget the 0.
That's right. If you're out there online on YouTube, don't be trying to put some comments in. We've got Bradley Cairns. Let's go, fellas. This has epic written all over it. 100% it does. If we get some late race cautions, it's going to be on for young and old. And we've got some experienced drivers throughout the field tonight. Jaden Russell, I think it's about his 2nd or 3rd start for the X Series. He's also as part of the ANC Series as well. As we look through the field, with Daniel Boyd in 4th, Brad Newman, a return to the X Series in 5th. Matt Danson, Dave Douglas 6th and 7th. Jason Martin, at 21 in 8th. Tom Pritchard in the 91 in 9th, and Clayton Davis rounds out your top 10 at the moment. Bradley Cairns, was there a crash at the start? I'm not really sure. We were trying to get the stream. We had some technical difficulties, but I'm sure we'll be able to see that a bit later on as we're right on board there with Jaden Russell. And the highlight of these cars tonight, Dean, is the fact is that these cars will get loose as the run comes on. So,
well, speaking of loose at the moment, we're going to have a little bird's eye view there of Jaden Russell seeing Ethan Winter and Josh McMore basically separated by, as Martin Bruner would say, the length of a cigarette paper between them there. But Ethan Winter will tuck in ahead of Josh McMore to see it's early days. 9 of 100, my friend, with 92 to go. Let's not risk it for the biscuit just yet, especially on the championship round.
And Ethan and Josh have done a lot of officials this week as well, practicing for this race tonight. So these guys are in form. Josh has won a couple races this week. I believe Ethan's won a couple as well, and competing quite highly in the top splits as well. So these guys will be on, but don't rule out Matt Danson and Dave Douglas behind as well. They'll be playing the long run as well as Jason Holdsworth. Our race control has confirmed that everyone is on Zero's X, so there hasn't been any incidents at the start. Everyone's got through the first part of the race clean, as we got a pass of a position here with Josh Michelmore now. Looks like he's going to try to take the lead on the outside, and Jaden Russell taking that high line very up high there as well. But Brad Newman also is coming into the fight somewhere along there as well. Whoa, what's happened there?
He's going for it, my friend. He's going to stick around the outside there of the 39 machine there. And I'll get those graphics up there for you in a second as well, too, everybody. I apologise on that one.
It's going to be okay. We're going to get there in the end. This is the finale.
I was out in the farmland with the boss mare at the moment. And Nigel had me down there on milking the cows. So I ran back up here to the booth. Sorry, Nigel. Here we go.
Nah, that's okay. As we've got a pass of a position here as well with Ethan Winter coming back there as well. Now, the ideal line for these cars is to try to get it right down there on the bottom and back up again, which will be able to save tyres. But she's a hot track out there, so these guys will be saving tyres. Will be the key is for this run. As you can just see, Matt Danson now coming back up into the picture as well, only a second behind now.
Yeah, this is one man you want to keep an eye out, isn't it? Brad Newman, not in the championship hunt, but certainly could deny a race victory from the rest of the drivers. But of course, in the championship final, it's all about which purple finishes ahead of the other purple. That's it. And at the moment, Joshy has the 5 places up, and he's got a little bit of a lead on Ethan Witter.
100%, and Matt Danson is our reigning champion as well, so he'll be looking to go back-to-back, the same as what Brad did with the trucks last Thursday night. He was our back-to-back truck champion as well, so we congratulate Brad Newman from Lobs Esports on his truck championships. He'll be hoping to get a win tonight for his own self, for himself, but there's 3 or 4 other drivers that want that win. And just remember, everyone watching it at home, you do not have to win this race to win the championship. You just got to finish in front of the 4 cars in the championship 4. That's all you need to worry about at the moment. So the win isn't really important, and you're just racing 4 cars. But there's other cars that need to be trying to get that win as well. So
Close side by side at the moment there. You got to remember, Newman, he is not in this one. Russell is not in the championship hunt. But these two together, if coming together as well, too, could spoil the chances of Matty down the road there. Double D there, Dave Douglas. Remember, they're trying to get their way up to the top of the timesheets too, mate. They don't need 2 cars getting into a tangle so early. And thankfully, my friend, that has come to a rest for now on lap 14.
Oh. And there's one thing that these guys wouldn't want a caution right now. This is a 2-stop race, so we're looking around that 40 to 45 laps for a tank of fuel. So there'll be a 2-stop strategy for these guys tonight. So it's just a matter of running it out as far as you can on this first run here. As we're right on board now with Ethan Winter just behind Brad Newman. And you also got to remember too, earlier on in the playoffs as well, Ethan did say that he will always remember that little bit of a turn that Matt Danson got into the back of him at New Hampshire. So those storylines will all start to play out tonight. If this gets a late green white checker, you never know. Matt Danson just moved Ethan out of the way, and it's fully fine. There was nothing wrong with it, but those little incidences like that is what you remember at these championships at these crucial times. As Matt Danson tucked behind there, Daniel Boyd, I think that is.
3 wide.
3 wide.
Yeah. Matty wants to come to the party at the moment, isn't he? Daniel to the just up the road down this 79 machine, then the 026 machine. Oh, who's on the outside? Daniel! Oh! And we're seeing Daniel Boyd head down into the no kitty litter out there, my friend. Well, go further down. That's our first caution.
That's our first caution for the night, and Daniel Boyd, he gets looks like he got turned by the 30 of Danson. Let's we'll get back to the replay with this here as we get all low.
There it is.
Could have been the 79 came down a little bit as well on the 30. It looks like from that angle. I'll have to get the behind shot to get that right, but
yeah.
As we take
hey, you're the boss, mate. Got it. Oh. Yeah, you got to put 6 to 1, half a dozen to another one. That one. Did he turn? Yeah. This is always the question, isn't it? Did he turn in on Danson, or did Danson turn in on him? That would be the question, my friend. Oh, it's so difficult to judge that one, isn't it? From race control, we're looking at that because you look at the gap between them. You'd have to look at the steering wheel angles. I'd say more Matty, but thankfully. Yeah, I just push buttons up here, mate. That's not up for me. That's not the race control.
We'll decide on that one later. But looks like there wasn't too much damage done on the Daniel Boyd car, so he'll go down the pit lane, get that little bit of damage fixed, and put some new tyres on it, and he'll be set on his way. But this caution, it actually might work out all right because they'll go down there and stop for tyres now, and I reckon one more stop after this, and I reckon that will be. That could get to the end. I could be wrong on that.
Well,
Can't remember what it was. I've done a lot of officials this week, and I can't remember.
that is, my friend, barring we don't have any other cautions, of course. But there's one old rule that I've learnt from broadcasting, my friend. Cautions breed cautions.
100% as pit stops start to happen here now, and look, Josh Michelmore hit his box about right. Everyone's hit. Someone's reversed back there. Well, Matt Danson misses his pit box, so he's reversed back. He'll be a little bit slow coming off. I wouldn't be too surprised if you see Ethan Winter will win this off pit road, will he? No, Micklemore's got it.
Yep, Josh has got it, mate. And Joshy got it by, when I get that telemetry information coming up very soon, because that could be a little bit less. 14-second stationary pit stop that I'm getting from our information here from old Joshy. And look at that, it's got a bit of a gap up the road. That doesn't really matter. Still showing pit lane on the timing tower, but that has been corrected, actually, as I'm a beta tester for some of the software. However, it will be fixed in the upcoming season. Speaking of, my friend, you were talking
100%.
about the upcoming season.
We were, and this is the new season. This is what's going to be next season, and we've got a new sponsor on board as well. The Burling Motor Group have come on board, so it will be known as the BMG X Series for next season. It's a great, lots of road courses. There's short tracks. There's a few little changes in the schedule as well. We've poken over places Martinsville, as well as the championship race will be in Phoenix on November 4. So the season will start on July 8th, and also we bring in an introduction of stage racing as well for the first time in the Australian NASCAR eSeries.
I have the graphics all set up for that one, my friend. Yeah, stage Chicago street course as well too. And Trent, that's too early to say about Danson does it better than Lando. Whoa! You know, and I was like, Lando could do that all day long as he doesn't take out our boy Oscar. That's all that matters, right? He tried his best. And so, Oscar just shakes it off like you're fluffing off dust on your shoulder there, isn't it? A little fluff on there. Oh, there you go, Lando. We'll see you later on the end of the championship season. But, as you said, we have to wrap up this one first, my friend, because we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Well, if Trent Laval wants to come and join us in the booth, he's more than welcome to. The smoothest voice in sim racing as they
Trent.
So Trent, if you want to come and join us, don't be shy as we're heading down the back straight away. But yeah, the season 2 is going to be exciting. We start off at the Chicago Street Course, which we have never been to in this series before. So yeah, it's going to be a great series.
When are you getting the iRacing Super Speedway in that one? Because come on, my friend, where are you going to get? Chuck that baby in there.
Unfortunately, we do not go there, but that's
it.
Unfortunately, I should say. Like and subscribe to the YouTube channel at any stage. It's got in for an exciting season next year. 20 charters have already been taken for the X Series. There's 15 available for anyone that wants to join us next season, which guarantees you a race every week as the pace car lights are off.
I would like a driver in here. Go
Green
ahead,
flag is in the air, and green flag, we are racing again at Auto Club. Great start there by the 31 of Josh Michelmore. He's away.
That's what it's all about. Getting out of the gate early. That's we've all seen racehorses do it. It's not the Melbourne Cup, my friend. It's the Australian NASCAR eSeries finale. It's better than the Melbourne 100%.
Cup. Brad Newman, he's gonna make the pass there, and Jaden Russell. Matt Danson, that very poor stop. He's back. He's going to take these 3 wide, going to that corner there with who's he around there? Henry King and Michael Campbell. He's going to take that around in the inside there. He'll get the good run off the corner. But the battle up front here between Josh Michelmore and Ethan Winter, like I said earlier, these guys have been practicing all week for this race. They want this so badly, both of these for the championship. But Brad Newman as well. He's not in the championship hunt. He's looking very strong on that in the 40 car, as well. So, yeah, we've got a long way to go. Thanks.
Oh, it's like Newman in Seinfeld, isn't it? Newman. You don't be spoiling anybody else's party here, Newman. You want to have the victor celebrate the spoils there by holding up the trophy on the first step of the podium there. And will it be any of our championship contenders? It'll be the one there. And I'm going to go back to that one there, Trent. I would like you up in the booth, my friend. We got a call from I'd like to see racing drivers experienced here in the Australian NASCAR eSeries getting on board, my friend, and giving us their verdict and their He just basically helped me push the buttons behind the scenes. But of course, the boss man Nigel's going to call the action as well too. Ethan, under pressure too from Jaden Russell. That's going to be a bit of a wild horse in this ride, an adventure ride, of course, in the championship. Look at that side by side, 39 versus the 26.
Yeah, Jaden showed some great speed early last year as well. He raced in the X Series season 2 last season, and he had some good top 5 results as well in the 27 car for Synergy Esports. He's also part of the ANC as well, so he's part of that top 30 drivers in Australia that competes in that every Sunday night, which will be at Pocono on Sunday night, which will be an absolute cracking race.
Yeah, I'm going to sit in turn 4 with my 6-packs and my fold-out chair, ready to go on that one. I love turn 4 on Pocono.
The thing is here, though, Josh and Ethan do have to worry about is they really are racing themselves. If Jaden decides to pull away from these guys, it's probably in their best interest to let them go, because they are really racing themselves for the championship. The win doesn't really matter as much, so they have to play it smart as the race goes on. I don't have my other thing to see who the... We've had technical difficulties, everybody, so I'm still remembering all the stuff I don't actually have lighted up. Here we go. That's better. So the biggest mover so far tonight has been Jaden Russell. He's in first at the moment. Clayton Davis, he's up 3. Dayton Snadden Diego, he's up 6. Now, he's done a lot of officials this week. Dane has, so he'll be showing some great speed later on.
Oh, Ethan might take a 2-for-1 special. Early days here. He wants to say to Josh, let's bring it, my friend. Championship round. Side by side with Joshy at the moment. There's the 31-39. A little bit of elbows out there. A little bit of door banging. He's a reminder, my friend. This is it. Championship hunt. Final round. Let's go. As Austin Powers would say, yeah, baby, yeah. This is what it's certainly all about between these two gladiators, mate.
Well, the thing... the thing is...
I'm telling you, mate, to get into it. How is this still? Oh, Josh Michelmore's not going to be a happy camper on that one, my friend.
I think that's...
And Ethan's in P3, so he's managed to survive that one a little bit, but wow.
Dave
you wanted
Douglas.
Entertainment, you got it.
Oh. Wow, so Josh has got a big ride back now. Once he's down into 12th position now, he's dropped way out of it. It would be great if we could get a replay of what actually happened then between Ethan Winter and Josh Michelmore. That was up the front. That's not what the 31 would want, but oh man.
Oh, we saw it live, my friend. I don't want to. I'm going to go back and see a replay of that one. I don't actually be able to access that one really quickly without spoiling the surprise. Somebody's up close to the fence. But yeah, if you were paying attention, if you did tune in, that did happen live on your pictures. I knew the elbows. I knew the door bang was happening, my friend, and that's the time you'll be doing it. It's the final race. You've got to get your elbows out. Brian Blundell is down in pit road at the moment there from 16th place, but my friend, I can't believe it didn't cause a caution. They kept it pointing in the right direction somehow. And that's what it's all about here at the Australian X Series.
Yeah, well, let's just catch our breath for a minute. And Dave Douglas looks like he's going to make the pass here on Ethan Winter too. Josh's teammate is Dave Douglas. So this is going to get interesting.
No elbows out there, mate. Look at the distance between them. That's rolling back to the old COVID days, isn't it? Social distancing 101 between those two drivers. So, yeah, not the door bang that we saw a couple laps earlier, although he just slices in front of Ethan Winter and says, let me just go up the road there and try to chase down Russell and Newman.
And don't forget, in the background, I can see a 30 car, the Altus Esports engineering of Matt Danson. He's just sitting back. He's loving it.
Yeah, you got to look out for that Solon assassin, isn't he? He's not just quiet. You get him on the microphone, he will light this place up here for the championship round, old Matty. And he's certainly, I would not count out anybody in this championship hunt. Still 2 early days to go, mate. 72 to go.
Oh, 100%. Another caution, and yeah, a pit stop, and then we're away. We've got 3 sets of tyres tonight. Majority of them have already used 1 set with 2 sets remaining, so a lot of them will probably keep a set up their sleeve for a green-white checker just in case that does happen. You don't want to leave that card on the table if you can, as Dave Douglas gets a little bit of a gap there on Ethan Winter, but Jaden Russell and Newman, pull away from the crowd. Join the booth. Come and join us in the booth. If you're any drivers out there that want to jump in and have a chat, jump
Bradley,
on in. We can.
Trent, we'd love to hear from you in the booth, of course, because you get to drive. You're driving most of the time, of course, for the other series, and we'd like your perspective on this because it's going to be heated up behind the wheels of these cars at the moment, isn't it, mate? And you know for a fact, because you're a driver. I'd like, I'm not a driver, so I'm just pointing the cameras at hopefully at the right people at the right time, but it's difficult.
100% now. I've been looking at the wrong screen here, and I thought there was a crash, but there's
you
not.
You had one job, boss man.
I've got one job, it's not working properly.
Jaden's been putting I think, and you got to remember this too. You're not in the championship hump, of course, those drivers like Russell and Newman, but you want to set statements, don't you, for that new season that we were talking about earlier? You want to come out, you want to go out with a bang, and you want to say, all right, yeah, this is your little championship, you guys out there, you gladiators, you've grilled your way through the whole season, but I want to be the car to remember for the final race of the season. I want to beat you all, and then I'm going to bring in my A game to the next championship hunt. That's what's going to be about too.
And it's the momentum as well. And these guys, both Jaden and Brad, do compete in the ANC as well, which is in the Xfinity cars. So they will be using this as good practice as well. So there's a lot of little different goals that everyone's got to achieve out there. There's a lot of drivers like Clayton Davis and Blaine Densley. Those guys are newer to the series. They're going to be back next season, so they'll be using this for just plain out practice. Dane Snadden also is going to be making a full-time into the X Series next year as well, so he's another driver. Jason Martin's another one as well. So all these guys will be looking to. I
don't think he's going to yield it. He's not going to yield it. He's not going to yield it. The Brad gets into the door a couple of times to Aiden Russell. Brad Newman says, "I'm fighting for a championship, mate, but I don't mind drawing you." And somebody's going to go in a second. Look at this one, Nige, mate. I'd have to say Jaden Russell was the better man on that one, because I don't think Brad Newman was going to lift at all.
Oh dear, this is great. And Dave Douglas at the moment, he's sitting just behind him. He's only worried about one person, and that's Ethan Winter, Matt Danson, Josh Michelmore. Josh Michelmore's back up to 8th now, so he's making his way back through the field, up to 7th now, just behind Matt Danson. But yeah, all the drivers, Ryan, Camo, Trent, come on in the green room and join us, and we'll jump in the booth with us, and you can watch the broadcast.
Tell them if they don't, mate, they can't sign up for next season. They're going to be disqualified. There you go. You're the boss, mate. You can do whatever you want.
I think everyone wants to hear Trent.
To your office, the principal's office.
Everyone wants to. Yeah, so jump on in. All the drivers. It's the last race of the season, so we get to celebrate. What an amazing season that it has been. So it's been great. As we got a little move here between. Well, Jaden's getting loose out of 4. All right, we've got some drivers that want to join us in the booth. So we got Ryan and Cameron. Let's drag them in.
Yeah, well, you can experience side-by-side action up the road there. Well, either Ryan or Cameron, if you're going to, at the moment, if you're in the seat there of Ethan Winter, the number 39 machine, you've seen Jaden Russell and Dave Douglas battling it out. What do you do?
Wow. I mean, ultimately, what I would do is I would just I would ride Jaden's rear and just wait for an opportunity. If anything, maybe hopefully get more of hopefully they get closer to Newman. That's what I would do.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of these drivers will be trying to follow Newman's lead here, and this track is definitely a momentum track. So at the moment, my money is on Dave Douglas. He's sitting there in 2nd place, just sitting very patiently, about 0.8 of a second behind Newman. So it looks like he could be saving a little bit there, but looks like Russell is right up his backside there. So this is a pretty good battle to watch.
and the biggest mover so far tonight has been Dave Douglas in that 10 car from Nitro Racing. He's up to second. He's up 6 positions. The biggest loser so far has been Jason Martin. He's down 8 spots in ninth in the 21 Fremantle Doctor car. I've been told, the No Fear car. So he'll be the one. He'll be looking to bounce back a little bit earlier. But if the more that the beauty of this Xfinity car is these cars will start to spread out, which hopefully will mean less cautions. But to see the track at the moment, looks like the cloud cover's covered it over, so which will start to put a little bit more grip into this track. So yeah, the track temperatures, has that dropped a bit as the day?
It has a little bit, just a tad, my friend, a little bit of cloud cover. But I wanted to ask you drivers as well too. I don't know if you quite caught, I'm sure you did, caught the Josh Michelmore door banging episode that was happening there. You'd expect that a little bit later in this race, but it happened earlier on. What do you guys think of that?
I wasn't here myself, so I've only just caught on just before, so Ryan has.
Yeah, definitely. It's a bit hard to watch what's happening when Dad in the background screaming, "Go Dave Douglas!"
Oh, here
you
we
know,
go.
in the
We heard
background
it,
here.
mate,
So
yeah.
he's definitely a Dave Douglas fan, and he's definitely showing his pace here in the X car. And yeah, the track conditions seem to be changing a lot. I've noticed that there's been a bit of cloud cover and the sun's coming out, so it's going to be a bit of a challenge for the drivers to maintain their grip when the track condition keeps on changing so rapidly. So yeah, this race is definitely going to be something good to watch here for the season finale. But yeah, we're watching the battle here of Martin, and it looks like Josh Michelmore there. Josh Michelmore just moving onto the inside there, covering the inside line there. So definitely looking forward to see what happens here. But it looks like the track is starting to heat up a little bit from earlier. So these cars naturally over the run are going to start to get loose, and we might see a caution a bit later on. But so far, the drivers are doing really well to keep this car on the track, and it looks like Dave Douglas isn't really falling back from Newman too, so he might just be saving a bit of tyre for the later run.
As we look into the chat at the moment, we got Bradley Cairns, Double D, his prediction for tonight. And if you've got a prediction out there who you want champion in the YouTube, make sure you chuck it in the comments. We'd love to see who your prediction is to win tonight. Also, there's one thing to keep in mind too, that Riley Curtis's name is highlighted at the moment on the broadcast. He is not actually in the Final Four, so that's just a little bit of a technical issue that we've had. We've had a few of them tonight, but we're live here at Auto Club at the moment, and as we see just behind the Jaden Russell there now is the 30 car of Matt Danson, our champion from last season. Don't rule him out yet. And also, too, Josh Michelmore, he's up to 7th. Now, the thing with Josh Michelmore, everyone will have to remember is how much tyre has he used to get back up to the front. That'd be the one thing we'll have to keep an eye on as well. So, yeah, there's plenty of little battles happening here. We've got 61 to go. 59 to go, sorry, as Vortex Simsport. Ethan Winter is he's their pick, and he drives for Vortex Simsport, as well as his teammate Daniel Boyd, I think, as well, off the top of my head. Hopefully I've got that right.
And
Please
check out
correct me
Matty.
if I'm wrong.
Matty in the mix here at the moment. You can see a couple of drivers on the road, which he wants to catch, of course, Double D and Ethan Winter. He might be slicing by Jaden on his very right-hand side. You can see there currently at the moment. He's running on the 26 on the timing tower, but it's 27 on the car.
He's getting close.
He's right in the mix. He loves this. He lives for these moments, mate. He's like, if I ain't dooring somebody side by side, I ain't racing.
100%, and as Matt Danson's wiki says, he's probably the best sim racing commentator in Australia and one of the best oval races in Australia too. So that's what's been found out on his wikis. He's going to take this 3 wide going down the back straight away. As Trevor Micklemore's in the chat, evening guys, time for a caution. I think Josh might need one of them. What's going to happen here?
Man, it's going to be easy. Junior on the fellow. Drivers, explain this one at the moment. You're on the inside apron. Your car's going to slide onto the outside. You know these two are battling. What do you do?
I wouldn't even get involved. I don't know, these two are their own beasts. I wouldn't touch them with a 10-foot pole.
Mate, you never left. You just keep it gassed, right? And just hope that nothing's going to happen. I mean, Matty's going to keep it gassed. You'd be aware of that. Jaden and Ethan.
He's keeping the gas and he's following.
Yeah.
Winter has backed off, and that's surprising.
Now, these cars do get very loose coming out of 4. When I've been doing officials this week, I was struggling coming out of 4. So always look out to see what's going to happen as these go back down the front straight away out of 4.
I think you might be right in that one. Ethan Winter might be playing it smart at the moment, knowing that, he's only got essentially 2 cars ahead of him that could beat him in the championship, and it's still early days. So, if anything, if we're sitting there going, all right, well, Matty and Jaden, you can get into it, my friend. You can play shenanigans. And I'll be happy to sit there and zoom on by. That'll be very, very interesting for this man, Ethan Winter. He's going to sit on the inside. He'll go side by side and give a little bit of a wave outside the window of the car there. And then let's go racing, my friend. 3 wide.
I was just about to say that if this line of this track gets to that outside right up on top, Ethan would be,
Jaden,
And
that's gonna be a caution. That's gonna be your caution.
And the caution comes out on lap 45 out of 100 here for the final round of X Series. And just as we saw the pictures live, we see the 27, well, mistakenly running that number. Forgot what number it is, sorry. But yeah, you just see Matt Danson, Ethan Winter, and then you can also see...
How did he not turn?
Jaden Russell, the 3 wide through.
I reckon did the 30 get a little bit loose coming out of the corner, and the 27 got loose as well. And we had two loose race cars. If we see Matt's loose a bit there, Jaden's got loose there.
He goes to the 39, back in to Danson. Danson didn't even bounce on that one. I mean,
and how's the save for Ethan Winter?
He's broken all the laws of physics on that one, hasn't he? And poor Jaden Russell's the one that's in the middle, and just like a pinball machine, he's gone bing, bing, bing. And unfortunately, he's the only one that's come down the infield, as I've just accidentally pressed a button on that one. Sorry, I'm so excited about
this. This has been a godsend to the 31 of Josh Michelmore. He'll go and put some new tyres on this thing, and he will fix that little bit of damage. And unfortunately for Jaden Russell in the 27, he's done. He's put that one behind the wall as we go back, because we're going to have some green flag pit stops very shortly. The top 6 cars, 4 of them are in the playoffs. Newman's leading the way. These guys are going to hit pit road now. Let's hope Danson has a better pit stop than he did last time when he did miss his pit box as these cars start coming down.
And I'm very intrigued to see what's going to happen here in the restart as you watch Newman start to pull away from Dave Douglas and Danson, and of course that battle with Jaden Russell before for the caution that we just saw. But we're watching them file down pit road. Brad Newman, Dave Douglas, Matt Danson are the top 3. It looks like Henry King stays out behind the pace car. So it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen here, watching the cars go up onto the jacks.
Now, what I'm hoping for, honestly, is I'm wondering if Winter has any damage from the small contact he hit with the wall.
Yeah, that is a possibility. He gave it a bit of a tap there, but...
He tapped it just a bit.
Dave Douglas gets out.
Oh, he's repairing it. He's staying in, just for a second.
So Dave Douglas gets out. Danson gets out in 3rd. Martins looks like he's behind him. And then we've got Stensley, I think... behind Martin Snadden, Clayton Davis, Michael Campbell, Josh Michelmore. Ethan Winter's got damage, so he has stayed down pit road. He's going to get all of that damage fixed.
Looks like Henry King's been the only car that stayed out. He's currently circulating behind the pace car as we speak, and we're seeing these pictures live in the pit lane. It's going to be interesting to see what happened here. The leaders of Newman, Douglas, and Danson. Of course, Henry King stayed out, so it's going to be interesting to see what these boys are going to do. I do assume that they will be on fresh tyres, so they're going to leave Henry for dead on the restart, but I'm interested to see how Newman and Douglas are going to take this restart. Of course, Danson's going to try and hold on to the back of them, but Douglas being currently not the championship leader, but he's currently the lead car in the playoff race so far. It's going to be interesting to see what he does on the restart, whether or not he follows Newman or tries to conserve his tyres and fuel to go a bit longer in this race. But we're not even halfway yet. We've seen a lot of action here for the Australian NASCAR eSeries. Of course, we're here on the X Series finale. So, Nigel, what do you expect is going to happen here in the restart?
We're about to go green. Ethan Winter has parked the car. He is now out of this race. He's disconnected from the service, so his night is done. As we're about to go, we're about to go green. Unfortunate for Ethan, that damage must have been a little bit more than first anticipated. So as these cars go down the back straight away. So as we speak now, we've got Josh Michelmore's in 11th. We've got Dave Douglas in 3rd. Matt Danson's in 4th. They're your playoff drivers. Unfortunately, Ethan Winter, his night is done. That's so unfortunate there for the 39. He was my favourite for tonight. I must feel for him. The effort he's put in all season has been something that's a complete credit to himself and the team. So hopefully Ethan's back next season for another crack at it. We'll probably see him on Sunday night for the ANC race at Pocono. So yeah, unfortunate for Ethan Winter, he is out of the race as the pace car now comes in. Henry King brings him to the line. Green flag is in the air, and we are racing again at Auto Club with 52 to go. Good restart by Henry King. He is on those older tyres, so I'm pretty sure in time he's going to get gobbled up by these guys behind. He'll just hold his line in the bottom there, and these guys will go around as they speak. As we got Matt Danson, as he's now up into 3rd. Jason Martin looks like he's behind him. Dave Douglas is having a good run on the inside there of Brad Newman on the out. So yeah, if you're just joining us, our first playoff driver, Ethan Winter, is now out of this race.
So unfortunate, isn't it? He's done so much all season long, and you get a little bit too much damage, and your day is done and dusted. That's the way the playoffs, unfortunately, will pan out any series across the board there. You got to be in the winner, and you've got to just be lucky. There's a certain level of luck, of course. It's like playing poker, isn't it? You got to hold the cards, but you also got to know when to fold them. And unfortunately, those cards had folded for him. But at the moment, Brad Newman, Dave Douglas, and Matty. More about Douglas and Matty, of course. Don't count out Josh Mickelmore a little bit further back there, and that's it. That's 3. We had 4, now we have 3.
As we go down the back straight, Newman's got a little bit of a lead here. Danson's has fallen back a little bit there. This is a tyre race now. These guys will probably be able to make it to the end if they save a little bit of fuel. Also, yeah, there's some other drivers that are coming through the field. Blaine Densley, he's up 6 positions at the moment, up into 5th. Michael Campbell and Dave Snadden. They were into your top 10.
Yeah, getting close. Josh is trying to make some moves at the moment. He realises there's 2 purples up the road. And if you can see on the scoring timing tower there, Douglas and Danson, that's the double D. That's not a law firm. That is 2 drivers in the championship hump. And Josh Michelmore, JM, he wants to get himself up there as well too. He wants to be the JM, the double D, and the MD law firm in the final hunt here in the championship race. That's what you want. And he's going to work his way up there, as you're going to see Matty battling that with Josh Martin as well. To Jason Martin, my apologies. He's the one. Drivers, no, say start your engines, but it's more about conserving your engines to the end of this race, halfway through.
Hang on, guys. I've just got my heater. I've just got to switch it on because I'm getting very cold where I am.
Yeah,
but that's
it's winter in Australia, mate.
Now.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think people tuning in from the other neck of the woods at the moment going, God damn, it's hot over here in the United States of America. It's a little cold over here in Australia, depending on your neck of the woods. Let us know in the chat, too, how cold it is where you currently at the moment. But I tell you, inside these cars, if you're in the boots there of Newman, Douglas, Danson, Martin, Snadden, and Michelmore, it's a bit warmer than what you are up here in the booth watching them.
And I did get it wrong. They can't make it on fuel. They're going to be about 5 to 10 laps short. So this is interesting.
So we're going to get green flag pit stops. You heard it live from the boss man. Confirmed. Drivers as well too, you guys know that at the moment. Gasoline is king. Doesn't matter how quick of a race driver you are, there's a little thing called gasoline you need to put in the back tank of these cars. 3-1 action almost at the moment there. You can see Matty, Dane and Jason. Where do you go? Where do you want to be? Hopefully safe in the remaining races of this race.
And Dane Snadden, he's having a cracking run at the moment in that 07 car. He's on fire.
Yeah, he doesn't need it, does he? Go ahead.
It's going to be interesting to see who blinks first here for the green flag pit stop. We got the comment in before from Jason that they're not going to be able to make it on fuel, but they're definitely going to be trying to play their tyre strategy perfectly to see if they can jump a couple positions. But it looks like Dave Douglas has fallen back a little bit from the rear of Newman, might be saving some tyres. And we also see Matt Danson there in 4th position. So it looks like the playoff drivers so far are pretty spread out, but they are pretty close to each other. So one mistake here, and definitely gonna pay off for these boys. But 1.4 seconds is the gap from first to second here for Dave Douglas and Dane Snadden. So, like I said before, I'm interested to see who's going to come in and blink first and get those fresh tyres.
Has been right on board here with Josh Michelmore there. He's starting to have a bit of a handful with this car so early in the run, especially coming out of 4. That it's always a little bit loose coming out of 4. Here at Auto Club, it's always just the way the track is. But yeah, we're in for an exciting finish. Cameron, who's your prediction?
I'm honestly going to be. I think I'm going to be safe with it. I think I'm going to say Newman, just because I think he's quite confident with this track. I remember him saying that Auto Club's his favourite. So I would like to say it's going to be either Douglas or I like to say Douglas, but I think it's going to be Newman.
For a championship, for the championship winner. I mean, if Newman wins races,
I would say Douglas. Douglas. I'd say Douglas is going to be
Douglas.
Yeah.
He's going for the double D. All right.
And we're just in the chat then with Trevor Michelmore, former teammate of Josh Michelmore. Jason Martin will be there to help him as well later on as well. So I mean, there could be some games starting to play off later on in the run. So yeah, we've got 63 laps to go. Oh, 63.
Nigel, I want to start picking the drivers' brains here at the moment and let us know too for people like myself that don't drive. What is the situation? Like, I'm going to show you a couple of onboard cams. We're going to look at Matty fighting the car at the moment here, currently 5th, starting 5th. We'll go and have a look at the championship contenders. We'll go up to Dave Douglas at the moment, who's what he's hunting down. Let's have a look at the different operations in the wheel there. Drivers, you can explain this to me. Who's a little bit more conserving on tyres? Who's taking a little bit more easy at the moment? What's happening?
Well, to me, it looks like Dave's usually a pretty good tyre saver through the race, so I would assume that he's just trying to back off a little bit, and obviously he is currently in the prime position to steal the championship, so he's not going to be rushing to catch up to Newman. He doesn't want to risk anything like that happening to the championship, but if he is saving tyres here, then he's going to be trying to push these tyres as far as he can, and then bolt on these fresh tyres at the end to try and catch up to Newman. But so far, I think that Dave is just sitting back and just relaxing and taking care of those tyres. And I also believe that Danson and Michelmore should be doing the same.
And just that's one thing with these Xfinity cars, and especially a track like this too, and it is a lot of the Xfinity races are held in the afternoon, so in the sunlight when it's a nice hot track, these cars do move around a lot. Now, if we jump on board with one of these guys coming out of turn 4, you'll see how hard these guys will be working the car. Jason Martin looks like he had it under control then, but yeah, these cars do move around a little bit more. Janice Farg, I'm not even going to pronounce that name. DFC, good track strategy, 100%. And also Alan Rourke as well. Nice work, Dane Snadden in the 07. He's having a cracking run at the moment. He's up to 3rd now, just taking on Jason Martin. He's been putting a lot of work into the officials this week, Dane Snadden, getting ready for next season.
Yeah, 13th to 3rd. I say 13's unlucky for some, not for that man who's battling it out with the Top Guns and could be a key player as well too. This is the great thing about playoffs. So yes, the ones that are highlighted in purples are the ones that can win the championship, but also those other drivers that are not can deny certain drivers, and also as teammates they can help out their fellow brethren and deny other drivers the championship up. So that's the key elements that come into a playoff race that you see if you are tuning in, because once again, necessarily it's not just the ones that are in purple that are going to do it. You got to remember the other key makers at play, isn't it?
Oh, 100% as well. 100%, and Dane's getting a little bit loose there coming out of 4. Danson as well will be playing the long game as well. You're not sure. These guys will be saving fuel as well, even though they can't make it to the end. They'll be trying to keep a little bit of fuel in their car to make that pit stop that little bit quicker as well. So Josh Michelmore now right up on the back of there. Matt Danson coming out of 2, going down the back straight away. But there's been some other great results tonight. We've got Tom Pritchard in 7th.
Yeah, he's got nowhere to go at this point, gentlemen, hasn't it? Because where's he going to go? If he risk it for the biscuit and go in the middle, he's got Josh on the inside line here. This is fantastic racing.
Oh. Well, Dave Douglas is 2.6 seconds up the road. He's loving this.
We get 3 wide action, gentlemen. This is what it becomes. Yeah. Now, I mean, you guys have been in this situation before. It's stressful, isn't it? You got to allow enough space there. You see it sliding at the rear end of the 31. The 21 hanging in there at the moment of Jason. And there is Matty going to go. He's got nowhere to go, mate. He's boxed in. This is going to be interesting.
As Dave gets on the inside, Josh Michelmore on the inside, Matt Danson, he's going to send it right up on the outside. Dane Snadden just says, hey, you guys can fight as much as you like. It's a bit of a drag race down that front straightaway. Matt Danson looks like he's going to be first on the line that lap, so he's taken the position from Josh, but Josh says, no, I'm coming back for more.
Drivers in a situation like that, you don't want to yield the position, do you? You know there's still 37 laps to go, potentially pit stops. High on the outside there's Matty. He knows he's going to get the momentum coming out of the corner there. Going to be a complete drag down the backstretch. But, you want to just kind of a little bit of a rights, isn't it? Saying, no, you're not going to better me on this one. And then the other driver's going to be like, I'm going to better you on the other one. It's not going to be like an Oscar and Lando moment, hopefully, coming into this one. But remember, these 2 drivers need to catch Davey. He's up the road, and he's currently, at the moment, the man winning the championship.
About 0.9 of a second up the road at the moment. 9/10 of a second up the road as Dave Douglas is. Looks like at the moment Matt Danson's got the battle of Josh with 35 to go. Well, this is anyone's race still. Dave Douglas could be taking a little bit more off his tyres than what the other guys are, but just remember though, Brad Newman's out in front with a 2.3 second lead. He's saying goodbye. He's not worried about no championship race. He just wants the win for Lobs Esports in the 40 car. And also too, Brad Newman will be having a charter for next year's X Series as well. So we're going to see some great battles start to form. As always, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at any stage and catch up on the action as we have a 2-week break for this series, and we'll be back on July the 8th, I think, off the top of my head, for the first race at Chicago Street Course with stage racing. Dane Snadden now having the grunt on the outside on Jason Martin.
Yeah, gentlemen, at the moment we've been joined obviously by Cameron and Ryan. Thank you very much for tuning in and helping us out as well too in the broadcasting booth. As drivers, is it now the ultimate strategy game? We've got confirmation that we don't think the drivers will go to the very end. There will be another round of pit stops with green flags. Of course, they'll jump in there. There is a caution. But what do you do right now? Just take care of your tyres? Can you stretch it out there? Undercuts, overcuts? What would be going through the drivers' minds right now?
Well, typically the undercut isn't really too strong around here, but from what I've noticed so far, it looks like Brad up the front's just trying to maintain where he is, and Dave usually being a consistent driver, is just kind of sitting there and looking after his tyres, while these other guys are burning them up, but I'd be trying to run my tyres and my fuel as far as I can. So once I get to that pit stop cycle to push towards the end, I have the freshest tyres with the lightest car, and definitely there's going to be some strategy plays between Douglas, Danson, and Michelmore here to try and jump each other ultimately for the championship. But looks like Newman's just checked out completely. So, if I was in the seat right now, I'll just be trying to run my tyres and my fuel out as far as I can, and then once I come in, just try and push to the end with the fresh tyres and the light car.
We've also got our first fighter for going into the pits as well with Riley Curtis. Just called it out.
I'll boost you a little bit there, Cameron, because you're a little quiet. Didn't Cameron just call that
Oh,
Tom?
sorry about that.
And
with
Tom and Riley in the pit road. Thank you, Cameron.
Yeah. My bad. What I would do if Riley's kind of not Riley, with Ryan's kind of way of being trying to conservative and then try and get to the pit stops and all that with his strategy. I think I'm more of the aggressive type where I would kind of burn my tyres and try and push it to the point of maybe lap 85, bring into the pits, and then, I don't know, try and push as well to at least get a good position, see where we can go from there.
Yeah, definitely. There's going to be a couple of different strategy plays for the drivers here. Ultimately, you just said before that you would push and come into the pits around lap 85 and put on those fresh boots, and then the different strategy call altogether is when I said that I would push these tyres and this fuel out as long as I can. So definitely two different options there, and the drivers here will be trying to play mind games with each other. And yeah, the fresher tyres will definitely be an advantage at the start of the next stint, but towards the end where they might suffer a little bit, it will be a bit more difficult to maintain their position. But we see a battle here between Michelmore and Danson, and it looks like they've caught up to the back of Dave Douglas here. So it's going to be interesting to see how this battle plays out, whether or not Dave will just let them pass and try and save his stuff, or whether or not he'll try his hardest to defend his position here.
Michelmore was in the comments saying, "Can I order another caution?" Well, you could try.
Yeah.
Not sure if you're gonna get.
Cameron Ryan, mate, jump out there and throw a couple of bananas down on the track there, and we'll get a couple of cautions. No, we won't do that one. But
yeah, mate, I'll jump onto the catch fence and throw a couple litres of oil there.
A couple of, oh god, yeah, exactly. We're getting a sponsor for litres of oil as well on that one. But there, Double D there, just you can see, big closed in. The gap is about shy of 2 seconds between the battle of Josh and Matt. Can they help each other catch Davey up the road, gentlemen? A little bit of a slipstream they're going to have here on the short track racing?
Possibly. If these three drivers work together, I'm sure they can push their way up to the back of Newman, because Newman up the front there won't have the draft. But I'm sure Douglas and Michelmore will be happy to work together, but I don't think Danson would be a fan of helping those Nitro boys. So he's probably just going to sit back there and hope that those two Nitro cars make their way up to Newman, and Danson kind of save some fuel there. But we've seen a few drivers come into the pit so far. So notably, we had Riley Curtis and Tom Pritchard come in. So that's a whole different strategy call from before, when Cameron said that he would be pushing as hard as he can and then coming in for fresh boots. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how these three fight for the championship now.
I want to ask you guys a question really quickly. Why is Matty hugging the fence like his favourite grandma right there, and the other driver's taking the inside apron? Why is Matty doing that and the drivers aren't?
It could play up to just the way his setup is built. He'll be trying to run all the momentum up on the wall to get the best exit he can, while the other boys are trying to drop down to shorten their track. Two different racing lines here, and it looks like that top line worked well for Danson, getting the run off turn 4 and heading into turn 1 now. It looks like Danson's still hugging that top line, and you can see Dave moving straight down to the bottom, and Michelmore's kind of sitting up at the middle line. So it's going to be very interesting to see how these racing lines work out, as we see Josh Michelmore. He's just got the edge over Dave Douglas, and it looks like Matt Danson here is going to try and go over the top of Dave Douglas as well. So, yeah.
And
looks like the top line's quicker.
What's going in?
Douglas is going into the pits. I was watching. I was on on board with Douglas for a bit there, and he was getting a bit loose off of 4. He was losing it.
He has a pit stop to try to sort that one out there and get some full freshies down there in pit lane. But we're going to continue to see the Matty and Josh's show. Fantastic. And I'll tell you what, Matty's just loving that fence so much he's flirting with it. Actually, he's a nightmare for broadcasting because I have to go to wide camera. There we are, side by side. Once again, the 2 championship contenders are in it. Remember, there are pit stops in play. We know Brad Newman's up the road by a second and change, but he's not the one that's going to be ultimately holding the championship trophy. Maybe just the race victory. It's these 2 at the moment. Remember the early pit stop there from Douglas. And now we're seeing Newman coming in.
And Michelmore.
And Michelmore. You're right.
Danson staying out.
And I was just about to say before, it looks like Josh Michelmore was starting to catch Brad Newman there, so it looks like Brad was struggling a little bit on those tyres, losing about 2.5 tenths a second, so he chose this lap to blink, and Cameron mentioning before that he would be trying to aim to pit 25 to go, and that's what the boys have done. So we're going to see a race off pit road very shortly between Brad Newman and Josh Michelmore, and we'll see who jumps who, and we'll also see where Dave Douglas lands himself too, because he did pit a couple laps earlier than these boys, so he would have the fresher tyres, and now the tyres will be warm.
He also got Jason Martin in there as well.
The 4 tenths quicker Josh Michelmore was in pit lane than Dave Douglas with a 49.
Yeah, Davey's going to pass him right the inside right now. Oh. There he is. So keep an eye out the Double D. Matty's still in pit road at the moment. You got the other 4 drivers in the timing tower have not gone down to pit road just yet. So this is crucial here for Davey. What can he do? He's in 6th place at the moment. He will gain a couple of places down the start-finish line right now. A couple of drivers sitting in pit road. That will be Matty. He will get that position. He's got Brad Newman on his tailpipe. Josh Michelmore down the road a little bit. Jason Martin. He's going to get 2 or 3 cars. You'll see that little currently 5th now. That'll slot itself down a little bit more as well too. The other drivers down in pit road. This is it. Davey Douglas might have made the call of calls.
Well, that was an awesome pit stop. Brad Newman, he was, to go through the times, a 49.55 for Josh Michelmore. Dave Douglas was 49.92. Brad Newman was 50.02. Jason Martin was 50.68. Matt Danson was 52.63. So he was a little bit slower, but yeah, it's still all to play for. And Danson slid his box too.
Oh, yeah, I did notice that before. You want to make, is it, gentlemen? Go ahead.
Sorry, I did notice before when Matt did come into the pit lane, he wasn't sitting square against that pit wall, so I did notice that he did slide into the pit box, and it also looks like the undercut has worked really well here for Dave Douglas and Josh Michelmore. Michelmore now being right on the back of Brad Newman. Still yet to see Michael Campbell and Daniel Boyd blink, as I think that they just pulled into the pit lane now. But 22 laps to go. It's all here to play for. No more pit stops left, and these boys are going to be pushing to the end.
Yeah, Michael Campbell's in. That means the leader will go definitely to double Dave Douglas. But more importantly, Josh has got to put the pressure on Brad Newman. He is side by side at the moment. You can see Dave Douglas up the road. He'll be loving that battle behind him, but he doesn't like the fact that they're getting a little closer to him as well. We're 21 to go at the moment. Those top 3 drivers you see here in your pictures are the top 3 contenders currently at the moment, with Danson a little bit further back. You never count out Matt Danson, can you, in the race? Well, unfortunate for Ethan Winter is that retirement, but this is it, gentlemen. The 3 are going to come down to 1 very soon with 21 to go.
Matt Danson's the quickest car on track at the moment too. He was 1/10 quicker than Dave Douglas, and 2/10 quicker than two tenths quicker than Dave Douglas, and 1/10 quicker than Josh Michelmore last lap. He's flying.
He's going to be pushing as hard as he can, as you can see on that timing tower, boys. That Danson sitting in 4th place. He's 4 seconds back.
Sorry to cut you off, mate.
Dave Douglas and Josh Michelmore also approaching the lap car of Tom Pritchard there. Tom should get out of the way for these boys, but they're side by side across the line.
He will.
We're going to be 20 to go.
He goes to the apron at the moment. I mean, you hate to be lapped, but then again, he's got to sit back and get a bird's eye view of this one. You've got to see Brad Newman go past him as well in the background. But look at this, gentlemen. The Joshy and Davey show. Matty a little bit further down the road. That's the 3 in the championship. The only person that could spoil the party, of course, would be Brad Newman. He's spoiled many parties before. I've seen Brad Newman come into my party at 3 o'clock in the morning. We're going, hey, I got the beers, mate. And I'm like, Brad, mate, the party's over. But he's certainly going to be in this party right now, and this is it. In fact, I think Brad might just lift to winning. He might just want to see these two battle out to the end.
Well, and also too, even these two are teammates. There will be no team orders here. These guys will be racing each other to the end. There will be no love at all for the next 19 laps. They will be going hammer and tongs at each other. But the only one that can spoil the party is Matt Danson at the moment, who is making some. He made 2/10 up just in the last half a lap there. So I wouldn't rule him out yet. Last lap for Matt Danson.
He's got to get him, mate.
9. He's 3/10 quicker now than any car on track. So he is making the move. So I wouldn't rule out Matt Danson just yet. As we go to the pass here between side by side between Josh Michelmore and Dave Douglas.
Yeah, and drivers at the moment, they have Cameron and Ryan that's joining us as the booth. You've got to sit back at the moment. I think Brad's sitting back at the moment just letting these two go for it too for now. Matty needs to come up to this party. He's 3 seconds to change down the road. What do you guys do if you're in the boots right now of Matty, the last championship contender? You see a little bit of a slide at the rear there of Dave Douglas. But Matty's got to start powering it down right. 18 to go, gentlemen. Short track-ish racing. You've got to get up here. You've got to be within at least a second to be in this championship hunt.
Yeah, definitely. I believe that these boys can run side by side here through around Auto Club. Of course, this is a much bigger track, but these boys will be burning a lot more tyres if they're going to be pushing hard. Matt Danson also catching up really well. You can't count him out. He's shown throughout the season so far that he is not to be messed with, and he can get his way back up there, and he can spoil the party. Remember, we're only on lap 84 out of 100.
The work that Danson's doing on that wheel, he is pushing hard.
Well,
go have a look.
As you say that, then Cameron in on a 41.33 and Dave Douglas at a 41.5. So he's Josh Michelmore was a 41.38. So yeah, these guys are pushing hard as they possibly can. Did they leave that pit stop too late though?
Yeah, that's great. If you're running on board Matt Danson, you can just see a couple of dots in the distance there. He's going, they are the 3 cars I need to beat. Essentially, he needs to beat 2 of them. But at the point, he's got, obviously Brad Newman to get past as well. But he's got to push it, and he can see him fighting the steering wheel at the moment. It's a little bit tough there. A couple of palm trees in the distance, but more importantly, he's looking for those specks of dust, specks of cars, specks of championship hopes and dreams up the road there for the number 30.
So we don't, if we get a late race caution, and all these guys would have one set of tyres up their sleeve as well. So this isn't over yet as Josh Michelmore does take the lead over Dave Douglas. As I said before, there are no team orders here. These guys are playing for keeps. Brad Newman in third there, he's going to let these guys race. I don't think he wants to spoil the party here at all.
He's just saying, he's going to remind, I think he's put the pressure on Dave Douglas to go, mate, don't battle with me. Josh is up the road. Tim.
And as you can see from the background there, Matt Danson, he's right up against that wall already. Not going in 1 and 2, but going into 3 and 4, he's right up against that. Into 1 and 2, sorry. I'm getting all my corners mixed up here. I'm getting that excited about the finish of this race.
And these drivers are using every inch of the track. You saw Michelmore, Douglas, and Newman just drop down onto the apron across that start-finish line. Matt Danson, you can see in the wheelwork just earlier in the lap. Also, you can see here Dave Douglas. They are pushing as hard as they can. The cars are starting to crack loose as the tyres start to heat up and slide around. Remembering that the X car is really loose on the late run compared to the truck, where it's a lot more stable. So Brad Newman here looking on the inside of Dave Douglas. Looks like Dave is just getting a little bit sideways on the exit of turn 4.
Yeah,
that's going to kill his momentum. So Brad Newman looks like he's going to be trying to push his way up to the front and mess with Michelmore's lead.
Brad will be the key maker here. Brad Brad will be that, the jigsaw puzzle piece that you've lost underneath the table when you're looking for it for hours, going, where is it? That's Brad Newman right now. He could be the playmaker, probably one of the biggest playmakers in this championship. Dreams for the likes of Josh, Davey, and Matty, and that's going to be the key in this, as I said, this puzzle, really, picture. And you can see him. Brad's he has got it. Dave has lifted off a little bit, but has Dave lifted off enough here? 13 to go at the moment. I would be thinking you don't want to let Joshy go too far down the road, gentlemen.
I think he's just too loose coming out of 4 there. Dave will just hang on to it again there as he come out of 4. He's really battling this car at the moment in 3rd place at the moment. Danson now is just 2.6 seconds behind. It may have left his run that little bit too late in the 30 car as Josh Michelmore was out in front. Man, this is a battle to the end, guys. This is going to get exciting. Has Dave Douglas got something left in the tank, or has Josh Michelmore done the winning move already? We've got 12 laps to go. We'll soon find out.
It looks like we got a couple people in the comments. Andy J, we got Bradley Cairns, and of course we have Trevor Michelmore. They're all going for Josh Michelmore. He has been strong throughout the season, but looks like Brad Newman's going to try and spoil the party. Matt Danson's starting to drop off a little bit from his pace before as the tyres start to heat up, but you still can't count him out if there's a late race caution. But yeah, this race so far has been very entertaining, and we are heading just about to go 10 laps to go for the Australian NASCAR eSeries X Series Season 1. So stay tuned and let's watch the end of this race. It's going to be very tight, very interesting, and it looks like Danson's still starting to catch up to the back of Douglas. So you definitely can't count him out.
Loose.
Yeah, and another thing, if anything, Dave Douglas needs to pull a Lando Norris, but in a better way to try to possibly find his way past, but he has to get past 2 cars at that one as well too. So he's going to have to do a torpedo maneuver if you're going to go back to old school. He's struggling big time, isn't he? Because he has to push it. He has to risk it for the biscuit. He knows the championship is here. All he has to beat is Josh and Dave. Simple as that. We're looking at Dave. My apologies on that one. But, yeah, that's it. Josh Michelmore is looking in the hot seat with 10 to go, gentlemen. A little bit of a lap car traffic to get by. I don't think they're not worried about Brad. Brad's like, Brad, if you want the win, you can have the win. But Josh gets the championship trophy. That's what you really want.
Well, Josh will want this win, though. He's so far this season, he has got 12 top 10s, 5 top 5s. He has not won a race this season. Is he going to win the race that matters most, the championship race? He's got to this final four. He has got to this final 4.
Yeah, but this is a big question. Week out. You get into the doors of Brad Newman if he really wants to take that victory away, just to win the top spot if you got the championship in the bag? He's got a 2-second gap at the moment there to his championship rival. I mean, he doesn't have to worry that much about Brad, but he doesn't. He wants to step on the top step. He wants a shoey. He's foaming at the mouth for a shoey, Josh is. And the only problem is right now, Brad can deny him that.
But the problem is, though, I know Danson's 2 seconds back. Matt Danson last lap was 2/10 quicker than Josh Michelmore last lap. Can we rule out that Matt Danson just yet? Has he got something left in the tank?
He got past Dave. You're right about big time on that one. He did get past Davey. Davey's lifted off big time on that one. Gentlemen?
Davey is trying his hardest to hold it off every corner.
So Davey's struggling. There it is.
I've just been watching Dave Douglas the last couple of laps, just sitting on that chopper cam, and pretty much every corner he's gone through so far, his car has been out sideways. So he's definitely burnt out those tyres, and if we go green to the end, he is out of the championship fight. Matt Danson, however, looks like he's making his way up to the back of Brad Newman. But if I was Michelmore and Newman was definitely putting the pressure on, I'll just let Newman pass. He doesn't care. Michelmore's going to win the championship.
No, you want to win the championship on the top step. That's exactly what Nige said, mate. You want to set it to Newman and go, okay, new championship, new season, 2025 season coming up at the moment. I'm denying you, Brad. You're not getting it. You're not getting it.
Yeah, we're 1/10 quicker last lap. Matt Danson and Josh Michelmore, he's making his move up for the front now. If he can get into the draft of these two cars, you never know what's going to happen here in the last 6 laps to go. Can Josh Michelmore hold off, or has Matt Danson got a little play here that he's not finished yet? We've got 6 laps to go. There's a long time still to go in this race.
I know you drivers are conservative and you're all about, champion, but this is a championships at the moment. And Josh Michelmore's thinking about the top step. And if he can hold off Brad Newman, he's thinking, I've got a double bonus here at the moment. I get double points essentially. I've not only beaten Matt, I've not only beaten Davey, but I'm also going to beat Matty. That's going to be bragging rights, my friend, that will live long past this race and long into the Discord here, the Australian NASCAR eSeries.
And that's right.
And you got to remember too that Josh Michelmore early in this race had that little incident with Ethan Winter. His confidence, his will to keep going would have been questioned.
You got it.
He's
not going to yield it, mate.
He was thinking to himself that, can I come back from this? A caution came out. He's worked his way back up the front. He's got the damage fixed in his car. He's back up in the second now, winning this championship as we speak. But 1 second behind now is a fella called Matt Danson with 4 laps to go. Can he reach the 31 of Josh Michelmore?
My money's on Michelmore here. He's definitely shown he has the pace, and he's not going to let Brad Newman get off scot-free. He's going to be hungry for this win. Starting out of sixth place, he's not going to be happy with second. He's going to try and push and get past Brad Newman. Matt Danson, 1.3 seconds behind. He's going to be waiting for one of these two boys up the front to make a mistake, so he can sneak through and steal the championship. So 3 laps to go.
Yeah.
Staying high through turn 1 here. They're pushing really hard.
This is not over. 3 to go. This is not over with 3 to go. I guarantee you right now, Matty knows this. They know that Joshy wants this victory. Brady's happy to settle that on and steal it away from Joshy, but Joshy says, I'm not going to let you win this one. I want to win the championship on the top step. I want it, and that farmhouse Toyota is going to be turned somewhere along the line. If I have to turn it, if I was in Josh's helmet right now, I'd be like, I'm going to turn you, mate. I'm going to get it. But you got to be careful. You make a mistake. You mentioned Matty is just down the road by a second and change, gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. Do not look away. This race is not finished. The finale is not over yet.
Laps to go here. Yeah, we've got 2 laps to go here. We got 1 second back, Matt Danson on Josh Michelmore. We've got a side-by-side coming out of 2 between Brad Newman and Josh Michelmore. Just remember, Brad Newman isn't in this championship. He's just fighting for the victory. The 2 cars fighting for the championship are behind him. The 31 of Josh Michelmore, who looks like he's going to take the lead once again, coming out of 4. As we head to that white flag will fly this time by. Looks like Josh Michelmore's going to go side by side down the back straight away. The white flag is out. The final lap of the X Series Season 2 is alive and well. Coming into 1.
Yeah,
Michelmore
it's not going to be nothing. Go ahead, gentlemen. Go ahead. Don't got to be careful. Matty's down the road there.
Newman, he's going to take the lead coming on the back straight. He's 1 second back is Matt Danson. I think his night is done. This is going to be between Josh Michelmore and Brad Newman for the victory. Josh Michelmore, he's thinking championship. He's thinking that first win of the season. We're going to race to the line. Brad Newman, he comes off a 4. Josh Michelmore's behind. They're going to drag to the line. But here we go. Brad Newman takes the victory. Josh Michelmore comes in second, and he's going to take home the championship in an absolute thriller. That 31 Nitro car. What a season it's had. The consistency of all season, being in that top 5 to top 10. Tonight, it's his night. The 31 Nitro Racing car of Josh Michelmore is your X Series champion for Season 1 2025. And I need a drink.
Yep. The boss band's going to celebrate as much as this band will be celebrating Josh Michelmore is your series championship winner there. And what a race. He had a little bit of pressure from Matty down the road there. Brady was door banging him, really, essentially at the end of the day. And a big congratulations off to him. When we go a little bit further back to Dave Douglas, we'll finish in that 9th position. And we did hear, unfortunately, what happened to Ethan Winter. But drivers, you know that. I'm not sure if you know about championship winning there, Cameron and Ryan, but you drivers have grueled your way through many, many battles in the past. How does it feel? And what do you imagine what it would feel right now to just lift that trophy and be celebrated?
Mate, he would be ecstatic as he's lighting up those rears on the just on the front stretch there. He's just gonna go. He's gonna blow those tires, or he's gonna blow his engine. It's been an amazing series and season for Josh, and very deserving for the championship. He's gonna be over the moon. He's worked so hard throughout the season, and he's been consistent and he's been fair. So I'm sure everyone else would think that he definitely does deserve this championship. But he didn't win the race, but he definitely won the championship, and I'll take a championship over a win any day. But boys, I'll just be over the moon. I got no words.
Well, over the moon will be this Mr. Josh Michelmore, the season championship winner. It's been a grueling race through many, many grueling tracks there, and he had to get it done. And all he had to do was beat 3 other competitors behind him, and he got the job done. That's why you get into the playoffs. And luck is always on your side. 31 is on the side of his Chevy. And Josh Michelmore we'll hear from very, very soon. But first, before we hear from Josh Michelmore, of course, we need to go over the results for tonight's race.
What a race it has been. As we go to the results for our championship decider, here we go. We got Brad Newman. Lobs Esports takes home the victory. And it's all about their second place tonight with Josh Michelmore, the series champion, bringing it home in second for Nitro Racing. Matt Danson just didn't quite have enough in the Altus engineering car for Josh Michelmore, might finish home in third. Jason Martin's home in fourth with another incredible result. Clayton Davis home in fifth with Blaine Densley in sixth. Another great result for those guys. Dane Snadden, Diego for Whiskey Business Racing. What an incredible result for him in 7th. Daniel Boyd for Vortex Sim Sports in 8th. Dave Douglas in 9th. Michael Campbell 10th. Henry King finishes in 11th. Now Riley Curtis was the first car a lap down from Nitro Racing in 12th. And then the multiple car laps down was Ricky Hyde, Tom Pritchard. The final 4 driver Ethan Winter was not his night in 15th. Then Jaden Russell, Blind Blundell, and then those cars there did not start the race. Wow, I've had my drink. I think I can actually talk again now.
You can, do not go anywhere, please. Nitro Racing, Australian eSeries, and crowned a champion after these commercials. You want to stick around for this one, because we want to hear from the drivers that have done everything they possibly can, plus a word from our boss man about new seasons and how you can sign up and be a part of this fantastic racing league. Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. We'll be back after this.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Auto Club Speedway, where we have just crowned a champion in Josh Michelmore. He'll be joining us in the booth in just a short moment, but as we go through our interviews, we better grab our third place car and Matt Danson from Altus Engineering. Matt, it wasn't your night tonight, but another stellar result to finish another top three.
Yeah. Wait, am I audible? Did I mute? No, good. We're good. We're on. Yeah, disappointing, obviously, because we, obviously come out here to win and win the championship, that sort of thing. But can't be too disappointed with the drive itself. I feel like I was maybe missing a little bit on the short run. Like, obviously, these guys knew a bit more about how to get that speed. But then once it hit about lap 16 or 15, 16, I felt like there weren't too many as quick as us. Although that last the run just sort of leading up to the last pit stop, Josh was super fast. I think I was just kind of dilly-dallying around a little bit, and he got the march. And then I was like, oh wow, there's speed up the top, the against the wall, and we were flying again. And then all of a sudden, pit stop started. So, and then I slid through my box. So there's no one to blame but myself. Obviously, I don't know how close I was in the end. I think it like 8/10 or so. So I think it would be pretty safe to say it would be about 8/10 lost in the, sliding through the pits, having to put in reverse and get it going again. So that's one that I will rue for a while. But having said that, I was pretty happy, obviously that to see Dave up there at first. And I know that he's kind of fell by the wayside at the end. I think he was putting it all in line to try and win it, as you do. But yeah, couldn't be happier with it being Josh. If it's not gonna be me, I know that he's been working real hard to build his speed and really have a go. It's kind of ironic that he wins the championship by being the bridesmaid again. It's a bit of irony in that, but yeah, awesome season from him, well deserved, and we won't sneeze at second in the championship for sure.
No, it was another great night. I guess one thing, not to put those little mistakes in the Wikipedia to remember for next time. Yeah, it's another great season from yourself, Matt. A lot of wins, a lot of top fives, a lot of top tens. A few shout outs to all of your sponsors and friends and family, and whoever you want to give a shout out to.
Yeah, thanks, mate. As you said, we've had a pretty successful season as far as the wins are concerned. But it's all for naught, obviously coming up at the end of the championship. But shout out Altus Engineering, VRS, Race Tech Gaming, everyone that obviously puts it on, all the competitors and that sort of thing. Had a couple of run-ins actually tonight, which was a bit odd. I need to go back and look at those. I don't think that I was the culprit, but we'll look at that and I'll put my hand up if it was me. But everyone's having a good season, having a real crack, and having some really good races. I don't know what this one looked like from the outside, but it felt like it was a good hard slog. Lots of door-to-door racing, as this sort of championship has brought week on, week out. So proud of that. Family, of course, still waiting on the baby to arrive. So it could. We were hoping it was going to come last week, but he's sort of a bit stubborn. So look, hopefully that's sooner rather than later. But shout out to the family and. Yeah, just everyone who tunes in. I saw on the chat lots of "Come on, Josh." They're not a single "Come on, Matt." So that's I have to go back to the drawing board on that one. But shout out everyone for getting involved and everyone that makes it happen. Everyone behind the scenes, Dino, yourself, Nige. I don't know who else was on comms tonight, but appreciate everyone there and just happy times.
No, it's another great result for you, Matt, and we do thank you for your help that you do for the Truck Series. You're in the booth for that there and all the work you do behind the scenes. So, yeah, we do thank you for that. And we'll probably see you next season. Probably see you on Sunday night for ANC, I'm guessing, as well. So,
yeah, potentially. Probably won't see me next season, unfortunately, because I'll be time limited with the new one. But But for sure, I mean, we'll jump in where we can, of course, and then go from there.
Manny, you need to win a race, and the young one will enter this fantastic
Well, yeah,
world.
I'll get the the little man on. Actually, Ollie loves the sim. I've got to try and not let him see it. As soon as he remembers it's here, he doesn't want to get out. So he might jump on for a few races, maybe.
Oh no, we got more dancers
It'll
in
be
the
great
mix.
to see.
Anyway,
So that was
go ahead.
Congratulations, Matt, and another great season.
Thanks, guys.
Well,
Appreciate it.
we might what we might do is we might grab Brad first, our race winner, then we might go back to Josh, and we'll stir Josh up after that there, and hopefully he's
Poor Brad.
dried himself up from all the champagne
He
and all
just
the
won
rest
the
of it. So
race.
yeah. He's just getting all of the other interviews out of the way before he does the big one. But yeah, congratulations, Brad. You just stole the party on poor Josh tonight. He couldn't quite get his first win, but another great drive from yourself.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Yeah, it was good to see Josh get a championship win, but if I'm out there, I'm racing, so I have to go for it.
No, it was a good little battle there towards the end there. You guys were going hammer and tong at each other. You just kind of edged him out at the end. Was your night went to plan, I'm guessing?
Yeah, I was just running around and just all the stints seemed pretty even. And then in that last run, I seen Dave and Josh going at it pretty hard, so I just thought I'd sit back and watch that for a while. And then looked like Dave blew the rears off his.
You
thing
were
pretty quick,
playing
and
with
then I
your
thought I'd have
food,
a crack.
weren't you? I knew it, Brad. I knew it.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
No, it's another great result for yourself, and yeah, the Truck Series champion from last week having a run in the X Series. Yeah, Brad is signing up for the X Series next season, so he'll be racing for the championship, trying to take Josh off his little perch that he's now got himself on. So he'll be the car to beat Josh. So yeah, congratulations again, Brad, and yeah, shout out to all your sponsors and the rest.
Just you guys for putting the event on as always. The guys at Lobs Esports. Josh, congrats on the championship win. Thanks, boys.
Brad, if I
Thank
give
you
you
once again,
$1,000, would you put Nigel's face on the hood of your car?
I missed the start of that, mate. How much money for what?
$1,000? Would you put Nigel's face on the front of it? And it'll be donated to charity, by the way.
$1,000 for charity. For $1,000 for charity, okay, yeah, you can
Charity of
send me
your
a message and I'll have a look at it.
All right, we'll
Of
do
my
that.
choice. All right,
Yeah,
yeah.
all right.
Send me a
Okay,
message.
thank
I'll
you.
have a think about it. Have a look
Nigel's
at it. All right,
face
thanks, boys.
on the front of your car.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Brad.
Nigel.
Cheers, fellas. Bye.
Now we go and get our champion, Mr. Josh Michelmore. Nitro Racing's number 31, our champion. Congratulations.
Thank you, boys. What a race. That race had literally everything in it. Can't believe it.
At the start of the race, I actually, to be honest with you, deep down, I thought your night was done. I thought you had too much damage on that car, but you got that car fixed and you drove it back through the field. When I was looking through your drive, I thought, yep, this guy is on a mission. You wanted this championship.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Yeah, definitely down on damage at first after the accident, but incident, I should say. But yeah, we managed to get it fixed and wheel the hell out of it and get back through the field. Yeah, we may have finished second tonight, but we won the war. So
Yes.
yeah, we're very happy about that.
And that's what I said. We're saying during the broadcast is so far this season, with 16 starts, 12 top 10s and 6 top 5. Just couldn't quite get that win to take home the championship on a high, but you got there in the end. You got the championship. Yeah, tell us how you're feeling.
Yeah, it's crazy. We could have definitely got a little bit harder to get that win at the end, but we sort of think about championship as well, and we could see Danson just slowly creeping his way up. So sort of thinking about the big picture, and yeah, I'm just so happy that we locked out the championship. So bloody happy. So yeah, got nothing.
You have been putting a lot of work into the officials this week. I've seen you win there. I raced you one last night, and I think you beat me by at least. I think it was 40.
Right.
You completely smashed me, but that's all right. Yeah. So looking forward to next season, going back to back. Thinking ahead, is this form we can take into ANC, and hopefully you can get a win in the ANC and X Series for next year as well.
Yeah, like I said, the top step's not too far away with that, so we're extremely close tonight. But as well, but no, that'll definitely. I'm not too worried about that. I mean, hey, we don't need to win a championship, win a race to win a championship. but that'll probably change. But more wins will come, I'm sure. So I'm not too stressed about that. So we'll just keep continuing on with the form that we've been having. Coming from the fixed series the last 5 odd years, and then run on the truck as well, just to get used to these open setups, and then run on Xfinity. It's taking a little bit longer than I expected, but we're definitely on getting the edge now and battling up front with these boys every race. So I'm very happy about that form.
So Josh,
your number.
Yeah,
I was going to say your number one fan. Your number one fan was in the YouTube tonight. He was praying for every time there was a caution. I said, "Oh, can it please be a caution?" And funny enough, he said it once, and about 3 laps later, it was a caution. So whatever he was doing to make the cautions, he was, I think you might owe him a beer.
Yeah, I'm a Nitro beer. That's what I was going to say, because Nitro Racing got the job done, didn't it, Josh?
That's it, mate.
No, it's another great result for yourself in the 31 Nitro car. You battled
You
hard
should
all
turn
season.
Newman, but I said you should turn Newman. Don't worry about Matt in the background. You should turn him. Taking the win. You would have got it, mate, but it doesn't matter. You got the top set of the podium. How is that? How heavy is that trophy, by the way, too, when you're holding it up there? Because you are celebrating my friend.
Yeah, she's pretty heavy, mate.
Yeah, it'd be a bit heavier for that champagne in there as well.
No, it was a great result for yourself, and it's just shows your consistency. And if you put the work in and practice, anything's possible. It's a message to anyone out there that thinks that they're not good enough to run with these cars and all the rest of it. You got to set your goals high, and I know the work that you've put in this season to get this car to a championship level, and it's a credit to yourself and the Nitro guys and all the team you have around you. Even to the other 3 guys that didn't quite get it done tonight, there's always next season. You can always come back, but tonight it belongs to you, Josh Michelmore. It's your night. Shout out to anyone that you want to give a shout out to.
Yeah, big thanks to Russ and Johnny, builders, building the cars since I've been here with these Nitro Racing guys. So big thanks to those guys for all their hard work over the weeks. All the other guys in the championship Jason, Dave, Riley, everyone on the team. Yeah, just so happy. Everyone for watching on the broadcasting, you guys for taking on the broadcast, and especially all of you guys for putting out a lot of time and work to get this league up and running to a high caliber as it is. Big pat on the back, you guys, Nigel, and everyone else on board. So, just good racing overall, mostly throughout the championship, and let's bring on season 2 with a big championship.
Will we see the number 1 car on yours next season?
I'll have a think about that one, actually.
Come on, mate. You got to get in there, Josh. You got to defend the championship now. So the target's painted on your back at the moment. We're going to have a big target there.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
maybe that's a question. Maybe that's a question for the old man, the number 1 fan. He can make the call for you.
I'll let you know. We'll come up with a decision on that.
No, well, thanks again, Josh. Once again, congratulations on the championship, and go celebrate.
No worries. Thank you, boys. Appreciate it.
And there was our X Series champion for Season 1, Josh Michelmore. As we go back to the schedule, you can put that schedule back up there if you can in a minute there, Dean. And there's the schedule for next season. As we can tell by that there, I'm going to look at the right screen here. We've got a new sponsor on board. As I was saying during the broadcast, we've got BMG, the Berlin Motor Group, have come on board to sponsor the X Series. It's going to be known as the BMG X Series. As you can see by the schedule,
we are going... Explain the Berlin Motor Group as well, too, just to let everybody know. What does the fantastic new sponsor provide us here in Australia and so forth around the world?
The Berlin Motor Group, they're a motor group out on the Gold Coast selling cars, and if you're after a good second-hand car, into the more of the luxury type cars as well, give Nick a bell. He's saying he's give me a bell.
A Berling. Now I get it. The Berling. Give Nick a bell.
He's probably one of the premier car dealers there on the Gold Coast there. So yeah, give Nick a ring, and we're very thankful to have the Burling Motor Group come on board for next season. And as we can tell there, some exciting changes for next season as well. We've got stage racing coming into it as well. And we're also going to visit Chicago Street for the very first time in the X Series, which will kick off the season on July 8th. We've got a 2-week buffer and a break so everyone can recharge, and we'll see everyone back here on July 8th. So there is Season 2 schedule. I'll put that out on the Discord and all that tomorrow with all the details as well. We've got live race control for next year as well, and we thank Jason for stepping in to take on that role as well. So plenty of new changes, and as every season, new season comes, there's changes and things to make the season better and better every season. So once again, a few people we need to thank. We need to thank Dean in the broadcast booth that's with us here every week. We've had Carl, who's out sick tonight. I hope you're feeling better, mate. He'll be joining us next season. We've had Aaron Dorman join us this year. We can't thank him enough. And Jason Holdsworth, Matt Danson behind the scenes that help me out put this together every week. Can't thank those guys enough, and to all the drivers and teams that do put their effort in every week to make this series as competitive as what it is. It's certainly some high caliber professional driving every week here in the X Series, and we're looking forward to seeing everybody in 2 weeks' time for the start of the X Series at Chicago Street Course. I'd love to see everybody then. Good night.
And that's the wrap.
It was.